Okay, so I'm gonna give it a second to let people pop in, but it would seem that I am live in both locations. So, yay! And I'm gonna get my water before one of my students pops in here. Do I have my water? I do have my water. Mhm, mhm. So, and I don't know why because I set all my live goals. So let's see. That's not the live goal. The update. Why would you have me do a live goal ahead? Okay, all right, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to start. So, Alafia, greetings, good day, good afternoon. Hi, it's Ianifa Owini. I will still do Adinazo, the semi founder of Temple Otuda Pongunda. And today I wanted to do I wanted to do a comment to a video, and I just didn't feel like I could keep the comment within 10 minutes. And I also didn't feel like I could keep the comment to simply be just about what they asked about, which was, is this Orisha trying to work with me? Alafia Ifa Kimi. Alafia, how are you today? How are you? How's work? Hopefully you're staying cool. Hopefully you're staying cool. So I have a video that every once in a while kind of like rises to the surface, and it's about dreaming about the Orishas. And I did the video because I kept seeing the conversation come up, and I kept seeing people like asking for a dream, posting videos. I had a dream about such and such a thing. And so they're asking for interpretations in the comments. And you know what? I'll probably start with that and go to dreaming about the Orishas in general. So, first off, when it guards having a dream and then posting your dream on social media, and then Alafia Naya, um, and then asking for interpretations on social media. This is going to be hopefully very quick, and then I can get into the Orisha specific aspect of it. You don't want Agbo ato studi iwori go fun han. You don't want to Alafia, you don't want to have everybody on social media in your energy, because that's exactly what you're saying. When you post, hey, I had a dream about such and such, can y'all tell me what the dream means? In order to tell you what the dream means, they have to be reading you. They have to be doing a reading. Anyone that says the opposite is just giving you a cookie cutter response, or they lying. They're giving you a cookie cutter response. Oh my God, if you see a car, a plane, a bus, an automobile, you're headed somewhere. They didn't interpret your dream. They went to a dream book, a dream site, and they told you that the dream was about XYZ 1, 2, 3. They didn't actually interpret your dream. They gave you an interpretation of what this one particular thing might represent. What you're asking for is what your dream means. And for you, that car, plane, dress, bus, or automobile may mean something completely different. So, unless they are actively reading your energy, which you have basically given permission for them to do because you posted it on social media and said, tell me what my dream means, then they have to be reading you. And so I always encourage people to stop it. Just stop. If you cannot, you don't have the finances available for you to go and get dream divination done, then you should do what everyone else in your comment section is likely doing, is go at least Google some of the symbolism of your own dream so that you can see what resonates with you, what lands with you, and what does not. Agbo ato suri iwori fu alafia omo dudua. Um, hope you are well. Do that. Wonderful. Thank you for getting your heart me. Do that. Don't sit there and have like all these would be readers and things in your comment section reading you if that's not your intention. And that's why even if you comment on my dream video, I have a dream video up and there's a multitude of people. Is someone so working on me? I don't know. I don't know. I have not the slightest idea. You know why? Because I'm not reading you. I'm not reading you. I'm not looking at you unless I'm sitting here on live with my cards, my shells, or something that says, hey, I'm doing readings today. Would you like a reading? I'm not reading you in my comment section. That's just not happening. I'm not going to do that. So I don't know if you dreamt about that. Do I think it's possible? Absolutely. I will never be the one to tell you it's not possible. Not how many dreams I had before getting to the mat, with all the dreams I had before I actually got to the mat. I am never going to be the person to tell you you didn't. The difference between me and someone else is I went to someone and said, can you divine on this dream for me? Because I feel like I just saw boop, 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 boop show up in my dream. I just seen a gang of divine energies pop up in my dream. And a sister is trying to understand, why are they here? What's going on? Am I actually dreaming about them? Are they symbolic of something else? What is actually happening? And what I find most curious is how many people won't get a dream interpretation. And I'm really curious about that. If you are someone who's had one of these dreams, that has had one of these dreams and just outright you want to ask a bunch of questions, but you won't actually get your dream interpreted. I would love to understand the logic behind that. Thank you for the heart me. I'd love to understand the logic, because if you're posting about it, you clearly want an answer, but then you won't take the steps to seek out the answer. And if it's about finances, then I'm going to challenge you to actually have a conversation with the people who are offering the service to see if they have options available for you. If you will feel that strong, like, I know I've dreamt about so and so and so and so and so, but I have no idea what to do with that information, then at least have a conversation. I think a lot of times, and this is Ojo Aj, so I feel like this is a perfect, like, this little nugget to add in here. A lot of times you don't open your mouth and ask for what you need. You need divination. You keep getting Orishas, ancestors, Wa, everybody in the sun coming to oh, that's a good question, Omo. Give me a second. I'll answer that. You have all these dreams, but you won't ask a question about your dream. And so why not get the question answered? And if you need help, your finances are in flux, money's on the way, but it's not quite there, then also be willing to step up and say, this is where I'm at, but I really do need some help. This is what I can do in the meantime until things get settled for me. Is there anything you can do if I'm able to do XYZ 1, 2, 3? You would be surprised how many people are willing to say, okay, you're willing to enter into a covenant. This is between me, you, and your spirits. Because you're saying, if I do this for you, you are going to circle back when things are settled. Okay. You'd be surprised how often that yes will come. And then it becomes compulsory upon you to honor your agreement. Then it becomes compulsory upon you to honor that said agreement. But at least ask. Don't just be sitting out there all in the wind. So and so want to work with me. You don't know that. You hope it. You wish it for whatever reason, and we'll talk about that. But you don't know. You don't know. You don't know. So why not find out? Why sit there in confusion and assume? We know what to, we heard about assuming. Why are you assuming? Why not just ask the question? Ask the question, ask the question, ask the question, ask the question. So somebody asked a question about for me. So I'm going to only answer for me personally. So if you get a divination from me, and the specifically is on dreams, it depends on how you want me to do it. If you want me to do a deep dive into the dream, especially if you have a good amount of information, then it'll be for that dream. Because I can take I like for my students who are in my dream interpretation class, please, drop in the comments. I can take apart your dream and give you all the nooks and crannies, the symbolism for each thing, everything from what you look like to the lighting to the time of day. Everything is part of your dream message. So it kind of depends on the level of detail. If you want a real detailed divination on a dream, then one dream. If you just simply want to know what should I take from this dream and did I actually dream about an Orisha, then I could do whatever it would be in that time frame. So generally speaking, an average full divination takes about 90 minutes to 2 hours. So it's whatever many dreams we could get in that time frame. Did I answer that question the way that you expected it? So just act like for me, it's like just ask. And then for me, I have services fluctuated in such a way where it's more to get that one-on-one time with me. You know why? Because we gonna talk. We gonna talk. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. We're gonna the conversation's gonna go back and it's gonna stretch it. It's going to make the divination go longer because we're right. We're talking, whether we're in person, Zoom, phone call, because we're having a one-on-one interaction. We're gonna talk, and spirit's gonna move, and that's gonna draw the divination out. So the energy exchange for that is going to be different than say, look, here's my name, my mama name, here's my birthday. Can you just email me a synopsis when you're done? Say less. That's different because then I can operate in a bit differently. I can operate a bit differently in that dream interpretation process. I can operate differently. Karita, Alafia, Lady Boss, Alafia. So this is my experience. In terms of dreaming about Orisha, that was happening well before I hit the mat. Well before I hit the mat. Well before I hit the mat. That's why I said I won't ever tell somebody like you're not going to have a dream. And because I am in the diaspora, because I'm a Black woman in the African American diaspora, my living experience of ancestors and how things have come forward is this. We here, my people here on this land here are being called to wake up. Are being called to wake up. And a lot of us are not raised with the concept of Ori, ourself, understanding that ourself is a supreme deity of our spiritual court. And so what we end up with happening is the awakening, the conscious awakening happens. You have multiple spiritual awakenings in your lifetime, but there's that first, oh snap, I'm having a spiritual awakening moment. That's that first moment when all of a sudden now you got the crystals and all the things. You're doing all the things that happen when you have a spiritual awakening. And if you're Black in the African American diaspora, the African deities are coming forward, depending on your own resonance, how this happens. You may start seeing, think content about Loa. You might see content about Orishas, whoever. But 9 times out of 10, what you see content on is ancestor veneration and deities. Ancestor veneration and deities. Ancestor veneration and deities. Deities. In a westernized lens, you get all the gods and the goddesses coming forward, whether they're African or not. You got the gods and the goddesses coming forward. Why do you have the gods and goddesses coming forward? Because you're looking for the pomp and circumstance. You're looking for the pomp and circumstance. You're looking for the flash and bang. You're looking for I got a flash goal, everybody. Can I get 6 people to send me a TikTok? It's only 1 coin. Thank you in advance. So you're gonna get you're looking for a God's gonna reach out to me, a deity's gonna reach out to me. Tia, Alafia, Agoto, Study Iwoliwofu. Any of my students that are present, if y'all want to come sit up here and keep me company, by all means request. Kina can let you up. But you're looking for the flash and the bang. I need this God and this goddess. You know why? Because when you are coming into a spiritual awakening, you don't just see us. You see us. You see everybody. You see. Hopefully, y'all catch it. Y'all see us, and then you see everybody else. And so then you're like, oh, I'm working with Hecate, and I'm working with Aphrodite, and I'm working with so and so and so and so. So you're looking for the black equivalent of what they're saying is happening is I need these deities. Like, so what gods and goddesses are going to reach out to me now that I'm woke? I'm awake now. What gods and goddesses are going to reach out to me? And it's not that they won't, but they're not reaching out for the same what you think they're reaching out for. You're looking for a god and goddess. You don't believe there's one sitting right there on top of your neck and shoulders that's actually waiting for you to pay some attention. You're looking for some other god and goddess to reach out to you. So then it's like, Orisha's like, picking up the phone. Hello? She's still not answering my call. Yeah. Yeah, he's still not answering my call. All he want to do is talk about Shango and Ogun. He's not answering my phone. Shango and Ogun. How about go holler at your boy? Go visit him in a dream. He's looking for you. Go visit him in a dream, so that maybe he'll find his way to me. Hey. Yes, she's still not listening to me. She's still stuck on the fact that Beyonce is Oshun, and that's all she's looking for is for her to be Oshun as well. Yeah, Oshun, could you just go? Just give her a visit. Give her a visit, and maybe she'll find her way to me. maybe then she'll come and talk to me. I really want to get you in alignment. I really want to get your E-ray. Like it's like that's what it is. And it's because they're trying to get you back to your ancestral practices, but you get locked in on I got a god or a goddess that's gonna reach out to me because I'm a god and a god's gonna reach out to me. Like I said, it's not that they won't reach out, but they're not reaching out to you for the reason you think they are. They're reaching out to you because you're ignoring your Ori. Well, do well for the gifts, everybody. You're ignoring your Ori. That's the only phone call you're willing to pick up. If it's not a god or a goddess giving, you're not going to pick up the phone. So they're going to send you the dream so that you'll pick up the phone. And then the dream is supposed to say, come on over, baby. That's what the dream is for. That's one reason the dream is there, is to get you to wet your whistle. And what the hope is, and I feel like this is not happening for everyone in this way, because some of us has picked up a colonized mindset on how we're supposed to approach spirituality. You feel like you should be able to do everything, have everything, take everything, work with everything. What that sound like? Oh, I shouldn't have to do anything but go in and like tell so and so because I'm me. I'm him. I'm her. I shouldn't have to do nothing else. Oh, okay. When historically speaking, well, do well. Thank you for everybody. There is not a spiritual pantheon of every kind. I want y'all to think about it. Not Indigenous Americans, not Hindu, not Buddhist, not Roman, not Greek, not Kemetic, not nothing where historically there was not an elder, a high priest, a shaman, somebody of that was the keeper of the medicine of that god or goddess. And I'm using god or goddess as a language because that's the westernized language we grew up with. And so when you first come in, it's like you're looking for the god and goddesses. And I'm like, who told you to go to a god and goddess directly? Even in the Bible, Moses wasn't even looking when Moses got that phone call. What happened? His hair turned white. But you feel like you should be able to approach a god, goddess, or other higher form energy of that same ilk with absolutely no training. You got a dream, and now all of a sudden you are now the authority to be able to go to this energy is mad disrespectful, and you sound like them. You sound like them. You feel like you can colonize the deities because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to colonize the deities. I shouldn't have to approach this deity with respect and reference. This deity has a whole tribe, nation, collection of traditions, wisdom, knowledge, and tradition that you feel like you could circumvent and just go directly. When I discovered the Orisha, I was respectfully nervous. Not because I felt like they were evil, but because the language given to them, because we now know that we knows that better do better, they are not gods and goddesses, they are deities, they are divinities, they are divine energy. But when you first hear about them, before you learn that aspect, what you know is this is the god of thunder and lightning, this is the god of this, and this is the god of that. Who said I could go to a god? The most I ever felt comfortable with doing, thank you for whatever you did. I may not know what you did. I'm like that now. I may not know specifically what you did in the last couple of days, but I'm sure you did something, and I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you. That's it. I just want to say thank you. But we get these dreams, and it's like, well, they reached out to me, but you won't find out why. You won't find out why. I had a whole dream about several archangels and Yeshua. I'm not calling him by that other name because I'm confident y'all calling the earthbound energy. That's not who you think it is. Um, I had a whole dream about them, and I'm sitting there in divination, like, what's supposed to do with this dream? I grew up as an Israelite. I ain't got a relationship with that dude. I don't have no relationship with that guy. So why would he come to me in a dream? I have no relationship. Why would he come to me? Ain't there a question moan in my body? Why would he come to me in a dream? I'm doing readings because I need to understand why this energy has showed up and what am I supposed to do with the information. When you get a dream about an Orisha or any deity, I implore you, get a divination. Number one, to see, did you dream about who you thought you dreamed about? You running around here thinking you dreamt about so-and-so, but because you haven't been trained on how to call your ancestors in a way that ensures the right ancestors show up, you've got an earthbound energy pretending like that's that energy because they are paying attention to what you pay attention to, and this is how they get your attention. And so now you off someplace leaving offerings because you feel like this energy wants to work with you. And that's the other part. Why do they want to work with you? Let's say that energy is trying to get your attention because there's something going on in your life. It doesn't mean you have to work with this energy, i.e., giving offerings, rituals, and things of that nature. You need to work with the energy. When it comes to the Orisha, and I'm going to speak from this Orisha because I can't describe it in any other way. The Orishas are the forces of nature. What is nature? Well, of course, you know nature is earth, air, wind, fire, water, all of these things that you consider outside of you. But if you go look up the word nature, nature is everything that makes its essence. Nature is essence, i.e., they are the forces of essence, including your own essence. So, what aspect of your essence are you dreaming about that needs attention? What is the aspect of your essence that you are dreaming about that needs your attention? Have you been struggling to get something accomplished and you feel blocked in some way. You're struggling to get something accomplished and you feel blocked in some way. You feel like there's an obstacle in the way. And all of a sudden, you have this green and black dream or red and blue dream, depending on which way your ancestral lineage goes through. We're not going to, as Oluo says, argue about the color of the candle. But you got this dream, and all you see is railroads and chains and smithing. And you wake up, oh my God, I dreamt about iron. I dreamt about Ogun. Why? What is happening in your life in that moment where the wisdom of that Orisha's force could be trying to help you? You're so busy trying to figure out, do you need to start giving offerings to Ogun, when what it is Ogun is telling you this is what you need to remove obstacle, or you need to embody this force. And the wisdom of Ogun's removing an obstacle is 9 times out of 10, you ain't moved your feet. You need to take an action. You're not listening to your head. You're not listening to your Ori. Your Ori has already told you what to do, but your legs will not follow. Your feet are not moving. To remove the obstacle, for that machete to swing, your foot has to move. You must take action. That is the wisdom of that Orisha's nature. That's why you had the dream 9 times out of 10. You have a video. You refuse to make it. You refuse to make the video. You shook, you scared. Oh my God, what are they going to say? Hey, self. What are they going to say? Are they going to talk about me? They're going to talk about me. But you know that you are an authority on this topic, but you won't make the video because you're worried about what somebody's going to say. So you don't make the video. Next thing you know, all of a sudden, KBS, all in your dreams. Everybody wearing red and white in your dreams. And you're like, oh my God, I gotta work with Shago. Let me go ahead and get some lightning water. And you still ain't made that video yet because you looking for the ritual instead of taking the action. Make the video. Make the video. Make the video. You consider you're keeping the Orisha in a box. You're keeping them in a box. You're keeping them as magic instead of as wisdom, medicine, direction, example on what it is that you should be doing in your life to move the needle towards your good condition. When I was driving and thinking about responding to the comment on my video, what I was going to say was, when you dream about the Orisha, step one is, especially if you're not in the tradition, I'm going to give another synopsis if you're in the tradition, but you're not in the tradition, you don't have any Orisha, all of these things, you're still, you don't know Ifa from Isheshe. You don't know, you don't know Isheshe from Lukubi. You know what you should be doing? You should be seeking out information. And yes, the first way in the diaspora you're going to do that is probably search content. That is the nature of where we live. We are not yet in a space where you can walk down the street and you could go sit in a nail salon and magically be sitting next to somebody with some alekes, and that person happens to be an Ianifa. Well, do well. Thank you for the heart me. Like, that it's not happening like that for us yet. It's not happening like that for us yet. So you need to go hunt. Oluo says you have to work for your Ifa. You need to work for it. Go seek them out. Seek them out. But as first, you need to know, who are you as a student? What kind of student are you? Do you need someone, I want to hold your hand? Or you need somebody to hold your hand all day, every day? You need to make sure you find an elder that's their work. That's their calling. If you need someone that is going to be able to answer the phone 24/7 every time you have a weird spiritual question, you need to know that. You need to know who you are as a student. Are you willing to sit at the feet of an elder, not coming to be right, but coming to learn? Are you willing to sit at the feet of an elder to not be right, but to simply learn? Because if you're not ready to do that, you're not ready to even pretend to try to work with the Orisha. Are you ready to sit and listen and learn? And a lot of times I find that it's not about finances. They don't want to be told they're wrong. That's why people don't give the divination. You don't want to risk being told wrong. And you also want to have discernment. You want to have some discernment. I am Not pressed about whether you dreamt about the Orisha. I'm pressed about what's in alignment for you. That's it. Take me out of the equation. You ain't coming for me. You coming for Ifa in the way that Ifa speaks through me. That's what you're coming for. You're not coming for me. You're coming for the way Ifa, my Ori, that you're coming for that. You're coming for how I administer the medicine. And so if you come to me and you say, yo, I feel like I dreamt about okay, let's find out. First, step one, before we find out what the dream means, let's find out, did you dream about who you felt like you dreamt about? Were they representing that deity or something else? Let's go ahead and knock that out. Let's go ahead and get that knocked out the way. And then we'll take it from there. So step one, it would normally be, I don't know these energies, so I'm gonna start looking. When I had the dream about the Orisha, for whatever reason, they came to me in a saloon. I don't know. I wasn't watching any Westerns at the time, but apparently they wanted to come to me in a saloon. Who knows? So when I had that saloon dream, first I was like, did I dream about the Orishas? Am I cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Or did I actually dream about them? And then two, why? Why me? Why me? I spent a lot of time asking that question. Why me? And then I take it from there. Next is you're doing the work research, you find an elder, book a divination. Book a divination, book a consultation, whatever that service is, book it. Book it. Book it. You getting a divination will tell you a lot about the elder you don't even realize, because you should be able to be learning. That's a sitting at the feet moment. When you get a divination, that is a sitting at the feet of the elder moment. You should approach it not just with respect, but with an eagerness to learn. And if you feel like you leave that divination, you ain't learned nothing, it's probably not your elder. They might be great to give you direction and guidance, but they are probably not the one that's going to educate you, train you, and teach you. Once you do that, be prepared to start from the beginning. Just because Obatala showed up for you with a dream doesn't mean you starting with Obatala. Hopefully not anyway. If you are Black in the African American diaspora, I'm going to say this as an opinion based upon the fact that Ifa won't let nobody come to me and they're not willing to do this. You have to start with Ori. You have to. I'm hoping that every time you get a dream divination about an Orisha and you don't actually have Orisha, they let you know, give gratitude, give thanks, go to your Ori. Because that Orisha can't come to you in a dream unless your Ori said so. If your Ori did not give for that dream to happen, you wouldn't have it. If Ori hadn't said, go on ahead and do what you do, you would not have that dream. And that's the part I think a lot of people don't understand, because there is not enough Ori content. There's not enough content about Ori. There's just not enough. And I'm hitting myself because that's my thing. That's my jam. There's not enough content about Ori. It's not. There's not enough people willing to watch the content, engage in the content, come to speaking engagements to hear about Ori, because they are too busy following these spiritualists who are like, I'm sitting here and I'm doing this, working with Hecate, and I'm doing I'm saying I've got Thor and Odin, and they're doing. And I know the truth is they are also searching. They are also searching. And what we sometimes don't realize when we think about it, they colonized themselves first and they were most effective in that work. They colonized themselves first and they were extremely effective when they did so. When is the last time, and be truthful, have you ever, give me emojis if it's never, seen anyone over, let's say over 60? Aboshishi Abato, Sudi Iwori Wofu, Auntie. Good to see you, Alafia. An elder that is a high priest or priestess of Aphrodite. Go ahead. Go ahead. If you know them, drop their name. If you've never seen one, give me a heart. What about what? Let's see. What about Brigitte? Surely you've seen a high priest of Brigitte. All these people say they working with, and I'm not talking about the Loire. I'm talking about the redhead Irish. How many of y'all have seen a true, genuine elder of Brigitte? Okay, hold on. Okay, wait, I'll try a different one. Venus. We know heck, heck, a true, genuine. I'm talking about she old, genuine elder of Hecate. Not one, not one. But think about how many people probably ancestrally have a genuine ancestral connection and they have not one elder to go to. I, I ain't seen a like like no not a I ain't seen like a genuine Norse practicing Norse elder, like genuine practicing. I've seen plain people who have Norse lineage, but ain't none of them practicing. They're Catholic, Christian, or something else. I mean a genuine, like this has been handed down elder. They destroyed their temples, their shrines, their liturgy. Uh, Aboya abushishe abuato shuri iwori wofun. Alafia queen. Not one. So when we see them doing whatever they're doing with these deities, understand they are also looking for they're looking for that. They're looking for their ancestral link too. And though our ancestors were colonized, enslaved, and all of these things, you know what they could not take away? They could not cut the medicine off completely. We have what they don't have: elders. We have the ability to go sit at the feet of a genuine Oshun priestess, whether it's in person or virtually. We have the ability to sit there. We have the ability to sit at their feet. We could go sit at a priestess of Eshu's feet. We could go sit at their feet. Humble narrator, greetings. We can sit at their feet. But how many of us don't take advantage of it? Because we have been socialized into this independence that we want our spirituality to look like theirs. We don't operate with spirit the same way. You can watch tarot readers to see the difference. Spirit don't move with us in the same way as it moves with them. You can watch the tarot reader. I can go get a deck of cards right now. One sitting right here in front of you. And the things are their cards don't do that. It's not that there's not a connection. It's a different type of connection. It don't move the same way. It don't move the same way. So our spirituality don't operate in the same way. So you can't approach it the same way and expect the same kind of results. You don't know who they reaching out to, and that's the honest truth. If you can't tell them, and you don't give black people the same grace you give them either. We don't give black people the same grace you give them. You got all these wickets talking about I'm working with Venus and Hecate and Brigitte and all that stuff. And so and then next thing you know, How many of y'all have ever heard said, well, like, who's your elder? How many of you ever heard someone ask somebody who is the elder? What is their lineage that makes them an authority on Odin? What's their lineage that makes them an authority on Hecate? What is their lineage? you, you are a unicorn. But we should. We should ask that question. We should ask. I have ancestral connection. I have Irish ancestry. I know Brigitte is in my spiritual court. I know Brigitte is in my spiritual court. And I haven't been able to connect with her. You know what? I don't have an elder to teach me. I would love to be able to reach out her. Ifa has confirmed that she is someone I should connect to. An elder, I don't have. So until I get that in my heart and I say out loud, I am grateful for all of the divinities in my spiritual court. My inability to, my lack of reaching out is not due to a lack of desire, it is due to a lack of education and training. Your dreams about the Orisha and any other deity are supposed to be a trigger for you to get education and training. You can have all the good intentions in the world. The video I posted the other day, all your good intentions are great, but it's like a doctor. Y'all feel like the same thing don't apply to you. A man with, a strong desire to help and heal can't perform surgery on you based off of good intentions alone. You might you need a you might want to get a degree in surgery before you try to cut somebody open. It's the same thing. It's not that someone wants to keep you from that Orisha. It's that they want to make sure you're actually going to the Orisha. Instead of asking the Orisha for something and you have not been trained to do so, you have not been given the authority to do so, just say thank you. That's enough. Go to your Ori if you want something. You can just tell them thank you until you get the green light to do it. Just thank you. That's all you need. Thank you. That's it. Not even an offering. Thank you. Give all them offerings you feel like you need to be given someplace else. Give them to your head. Give them to your head. Give them to your Ori. Give them to your Ori. Get your divination to see what's going on, what's good, what's cracking, what's popping. To see. And wait. 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 She did end up with a baby. Actually, there's two of them here that went to say thank you. And you're welcome. It got a baby. She said, "Oh my God. Like, well, y'all are so sweet. Here you go. Let me fill them bellies up. Let me fill up them bellies. Bop, 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 bop. The idea that they won't come to you, they will. It's just not what it may not be for what you think it is. And I would much rather you know than not know. If you come to me for a dream divination, especially if you get like an in-depth one, like I will go as in-depth as what you can recall. Like as I will go as in-depth as your recall. If you so, but I'm always going to ask who sent you the dream. I'm always going to ask who sent the dream to you. Where's what who sent the dream? What's the real life influence that brought this dream forward? What is the real life influence that brought this dream forward? So, like, what's the dream trigger? What is the intention? What do they hope happens as a result of this dream? What does the result happen as a result of the dream? And then overarching, what should you do with this information? You had the dream now. What are you supposed to do with this experience? When I do this divination, especially a really in-depth one, it is a combination of tools. I'm keeping it 100. It's a combination of tools. First, who sent the dream? Shells. Throwing shells, going down the list to see who sent you the dream. Going down the list. If you're not someone who readily connects to the Orishas, and I'll see if it's an Orisha, because it could easily be somebody else that sent the dream. So I just want to know who sent you the dream and why. Throw in a card. Throw in a card. Throw in cards. Why? Why did you have the dream? Why did you have the dream? What is their intention? Once we get that passport, we go into consultify. Now let's see what you need to. What should you take from this information, from this dream? What should you take from this moment, and how do you integrate it into your waking life? That's how the dream is gonna go. Look, hold on. The, the, thinking it's Oshun and the whole time it's your homeboy is like so real. And what's funny is I had you covered. I knew you meant homeboy, and but what's funny is sometimes the people you least expect in the dream are the ones that are the actual energy. Like that's the actual energy. You sitting there like, oh my god, it's so cool in the ocean. Realizing not, unknowing to you, the person sitting next to you when the purple sundress and the drinking the martini in your dream is actually the one that's Olokun. But you're looking for the pomp and circumstance. You're looking for the flash and bang. And I think a lot of times that's, what people don't realize is my original godmother, she used to always say, you are the most complicated ritual in your arsenal. You are the most powerful spiritual tool that you have. And if I'm really honest, when it comes to like working with a divine energy, you have to know what that energy feels like. And this is the case even if you receive this energy in ceremony. I received a lot of Orishas my last ceremony, but my first ceremony, I very intentionally spent a whole week with one energy at a time. I spent a whole week invoking that energy and then sitting in it. And then sitting in it. This is why you need education and training. Because if you've never sat with a genuine priest or priestess of said energy, you have no idea what that energy feels like. You're only assuming. Your good intentions, you're simply only assuming. You're only assuming you don't know. You don't know. So I spent time sitting. I wanted to know what it felt like to be in Orunmula's presence. So I spent a week finding out, what does this energy feel like? What does it feel like when I'm getting an intuitive hit that's a yes and a no? What does this energy feel like? I did the same thing with Shangbo. What does this energy feel like? I did the same thing. What does this energy feel like? What does it feel like when I call them into the room? What does it feel like when they show up? This is why I need an elder for the other energies that I know are in my court that want, like, hey, we'll help you with a couple of things if you just ask. I'd love to ask you, but I don't know how to effectively and accurately. This does not diminish myself as a high priestess, an intuitive energy worker, and all the other whatever psychic mantles that it is that I carry. It's not a diminish that. It is a respect and reverence for the fact that this is a divine energy and I want to come correct. This is not necessarily about, oh, I'm scared to be wrong, overthinking kind of thing. This is a logic, common sense thing. A lot of times we don't think common sense. If every religious, spiritual system in the world has priests or priestesses for their gods, goddesses, deities, etc., what makes you think, as you are Tom, John, Carrie on the block, that you could go to their god and goddess without a priest or priestess? Common sense says you should at least talk to one. Common sense says you should at least talk to one. Audacity and colonization says I don't need one of them. Audacity and colonization says, I don't need no priest to tell me. I don't need no elder to tell me nothing. I got my strong intuition, and long as I got good intentions, all right. What do they say as far as me and my house? When I meet the uh priest or priestess of Mami Wata, that my Ori says that one, then I'll be able to sit with them and call her the way I want to call her. To know that it's her, to know what her energy feels like. When I find Brigitte's going to be hard because I don't know that I'll find an elder. And in which case, if it becomes loud enough, I know I'm going to need to get like ancestral help with that. I'm going to have to get ancestral help because I may not have any other choice. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to divine to confirm I heard my ancestors correctly. I'm going to check myself before I wreck myself. I'm going to divine to make sure. This is not about a lack of trust. I know what my psychic gifts are capable of. I just want to make sure because there's the energies closest to the earthly realm and they loud. And they're loud. They be yelling. The ones closest here, indeed, reading is fundamental. The ones closest here are loud. Loud. The ones higher are quiet. Why? 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 Most people know a little angel lore. Most people know a little angel lore and know that if an angel spoke with their real voice, what would happen? If like enough movies and things have been made, if you truly heard the voice of an angel or anything higher, what would actually happen to you? And if you don't know, please tell me that I'm wrong and people don't know. I was in the angel lore. So turn my Bluetooth off. Here we go. Oh, you'll blow up, explode. The vibration is too high. You would explode. If you caught their full magnitude of their voice, you would implode. You would implode. So this is why they say divinities whisper. That's why if you're a clairaudient, it comes through like a high pitch ringing. That's why it comes through like a high pitch ringing if they are in your auric field. That's why the frequency is so high. And those of you who are clairaudience, like those of you who are clairaudient, you think about if your ringing ears are ringing real loud, are you comfortable or uncomfortable? Those of you who are clairaudient and your ears are doing ringing and it's like incessant and it's loud, how do you feel? How do you feel? It hurts. They're not actually trying to hurt you. Your vibration and their vibration are on two different frequencies. Y'all are on two different frequencies. So that's why when they say spirit whispers, that's why they say that. There's the technology behind it. You're on one frequency, they're on another frequency. And this is not a knock. Your frequency is lower than theirs. So until you can get closer, like they're here, they're here, you're there. You start to do this, and you start to do this, and you start to do this, and you won't ever be here, but you'll get close enough to where now you can perceive it. You can at least perceive it, and then like. So then when they say stuff, and you're like, knick-knack, paddywhack, that's what they said. And it's like, that's not what I said. I said click-clack, clickety-clack. But it was a whisper. This is why you divine. You're not divining because you lack intuition. You're not divining because you don't trust your spiritual gift. You're divining because spirit whispers. You want to make sure you heard them correctly. It's still a telephone game. You're not divining because you lack its skill. You're divining to make sure you heard what you heard correctly. That's all. That's all. That's what the divination for. Did I hear what I heard correctly? Did I translate that correctly? I can do a reading for you, and I'm like, I got the cards. I got the cards. The cards are less for me and more for the other person. they're like they're more for the other person. One is gonna keep me organized. Two is so that when I say something, they have something physical, tangible they can see that indicates that corresponds to what I said. To confirm I heard what I heard, said what I said, and this is your confirmation. That's what happened. That's what happened. So when it comes to the deities, it's like if you ask me right now, outside of the Orishas, how many other deities I know for a fact, it's more than five in my spiritual court. Not counting angels. Just deities, not counting angels. It's more than five. First off, I don't have the physical space to put appropriate shrines, altars, or anything else to all them energies. I can't. I can't. I don't know where they gonna go. Where are they gonna go? I'm gonna need a house just for shrines. Just for shrines. Where is they gonna go? Where are they gonna go? But also, I need time and devotion to train. I'm only just now feeling like I'm probably at a space to be able to entertain learning about another divinity, like to like learn another divinity outside of the Orishas, because I'm still learning my newer Orishas. I'm still learning my newer Orishas. And if you're someone who has a particular responsibility, like I have for my lineage and for my people, like you may have a good bit of Orisha that you need. Most people won't, though. The average Joe, you don't need half the Orishas you see in them dreams. You don't need a third of those Orishas. You don't need an eighth of the Orishas you might dream about. You don't. They're just there in the moment to do something in the moment. They're just there in the moment to do something in the moment. And then they're going to want, like, just for the moment to do whatever. Oh, yeah, so and so need help, getting across the street. They at the crossroads, they can't seem to, get across the street. So you get a little help to get across the street. Issue may pop up and like, hey. Right there, Charlotte. Okay, thank you. No problem. As I say that, 3:33 on the clock. As I say that, 3:33 on the clock. So my encouragement, and if y'all want to start dropping some questions, I said I'd stay live till right around 4, and then I got, I'm gonna go do some things. But get the education, get the divination. Don't rush the process. 9 times out of 10, you're ignoring your Ori, and they're just trying to get your attention so that you can listen to your Ori. So that you can listen. And if you are being called, you're not being called to work with that energy. You're being called to understand that energy, to work with it in you. Understand what aspect of your essence is being called forward so that you can embody that essence. Alafia, how do you need to embody this wisdom? How do you need to embody this medicine to bring about your good condition? What aspect of your own nature are you needing to learn right now? Ekojo oshe shango oshe jakuta oshe oya. Yes, indeed, ashe. Um, so understanding that if you are someone who's like, I keep having these dreams, you know what? I won't say it. Somebody else, either one of my students come up or one of my students already up, tell them why they should book a dream divination with me. I'm not going to.
Because you just should. No. I've had a few dreams lately. It has broken down for me. But going into one in particular, the long and short is I needed to do shadow work. I needed to do shadow work surrounding my trust in myself and trust in a particular type of person. And I would not have known that that's what that dream was telling me because I was just geeked off the fact that I was in a dream and I was and I was just beating the crap out of people in the dream. I was in a dream, knucking and bucking and throwing them bows. I was just stuck on that. I, at the time, had not taken a dream interpretation class with Ia, but I had listened to her break some dreams down of her own and for others. So there was a understanding of how it went, but actually sitting in the class and hearing how she has us break down aspects of our dream so that we know what we need to ask ourselves helps me in a greater sense. So that now when the dream comes and I wake up and I'm like, oh, I can start asking myself the questions necessary so that I can maneuver through what this dream is trying to tell me. And it's not me being stuck like, oh, what does everything mean? Was that scary? Is somebody trying to harm me? Am I going to have to fight today? Like now I don't have those questions. It's not, you can figure this out and you know what you need to do. It's helpful to you in ways that I really don't have the words for it. Y'all know I talk a lot and I know a lot of words, but I don't fully have the words that I want to use to explain just how deeply helpful it has been for me to be able to interpret my dreams on my own time. And if I need help, then I can contact her and say, hey, I'm stuck on this part. Then I can contact her and say, hey, I'm stuck on this part. I don't understand this part, but I have all this information. I know who sent me the dream, what they're representing in the dream, who, what, when, where, why, how, and all the things. I need help with this part. And it's easier to do than not having any information about the dream or not knowing anything. And you're just sitting in bed looking like a lump on a log stuck because you can't figure out what the dream is trying to tell you, but you shook. Take the class. Take the class. Help yourself. Help you help yourself and take the class. It's a benefit.
Ashe, Keita. Ashe. I didn't expect to read a class, but I received it. Ashe. Oh, side note, since like at least half of y'all is there, the next lesson is already recorded and posted. I do have to upload y'all's homework PDF, but otherwise it's posted, just as FYI. Anywho, Naya's dream was really cool because Naya's dream, like if you heard it, and I'm not gonna like share it, but like if you heard it, you were like, "What the? Is everything okay?" But when I heard it, I was like, "Oh, really?" I said, first off, that was an aggressive symbolism, but like I immediately was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah." Yeah. And you'll know if a dream is one of those where it's like, hey, because there are some dreams where you need to go ahead and reach out to your elder, your priest, whoever that is that you go to for divination. Hey. I just dreamed about some real bull, and I need to know what this means. You'll know. You wake up and it's still when your body. Yeah, you know what kind of dreams those are. You need to go ahead and say, hey. This one cool, man.
I'm a say it like this. The dream with Eddie Murphy intrigued me because what? But at the same time, it was like, okay, but that dream with the vultures, we got to sit down on that because
we do.
Surrounded by vultures is a lot.
Yeah. That one we do.
Surrounded by vultures flying in patterns.
Yeah, that's definitely a come holler at me. Cause that's a get at me dream. That's a get at me dream. Like, hey, we cool? That's definitely a like, hey, is we cool? Kind of dream. Absolutely. Um, Karita, you asked about taking care of your Ori. You guys want to take care of your Ori. So I'm going to give you practical things here. And then we could give you some like other things behind the scenes. Is that cool?
I'm pointing the mute. Yes, ma'am.
Did you say point at Okay, so practical things you can do for your Ori. Talk to her, him, them nice. Talk to yourself nice. You when I first had my awakening and I discovered Ori. So like my Ori was adamant about coming to her first, and so paving the way. Shouts out to my very first elder, Kai Luna, because had they not been big on self love, I may not have found Ori. So get to Ori, and first it was just talking, like just talking, like how people say don't talk to yourself. No, for real, talk to yourself. Make it a point to sit and talk to your Ori. Talk to yourself and talk to yourself nicely. Look in the mirror and admire the body, the head that your Ori chose. Tell yourself while looking at you how pretty you are, how much you love your body, how your Ipanri chose a beautiful temple to reside in. Talk to yourself. I talk to myself because there is no one to talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. Learn how to feel your intuitive yes and no from your Ori directly. I got honestly, I got that video for free on YouTube. But like it's woven into at least 2 different classes I have. But learn how to feel your intuitive yes and no, so that you can hear your Ori speaking to you on the fly. Affirmations, and really jazz them up. Like really give your Ori some razzle dazzle in your affirmations. Play music that makes your Ori feel good. Agbo ato study iworigo food. Alafia again ifakibi. Like play some music that makes your Ori feel good. Create yourself an Ori playlist. Create a playlist for your Ori. Play music that your Ori likes. And don't judge your Ori's taste in music. Don't judge Ori's taste in music at all. Like let your Ori vibe out from time to time. Like I'm not always slinging dope in the car, but every once in a while, me and Gucci Man, because my Ori liked it. Like, like every once in a while, it's lemon pepper wings and the freeze come. It's only bricks every once in a while. Like it's like every once in a while it's bricks, all white bricks. What are we doing? You want me to put white on? Why is this the song choice that we have here? Like, why is exactly? Sometimes bands make her dance. My Ori like to get like sometimes bands will in fact make her dance. So understanding your Ori and also having fun with your Ori. Have fun with your Ori. Take care of your Ori. Take care. I know, I know, I know when Ori is calling, like you ain't retwist your locks in how long? You're not gonna retwist your locks. You're not gonna do no lock maintenance, none. You're not gonna grease your scalp. You're not gonna oil. I can't get a little shea butter and a little shea butter on the scalp. No, no. Take care of your head. And those of you who know how to do.
Sorry, y'all at me.
What?
So, okay, I'm gonna get to my head.
Sorry, my bad, my bad. So water. If you know how to bless your water, if you know how to do the water blessing, know how to do water blessing, and you get ready to wash your hair, you're gonna wash your hair. Do like get like a glass bowl, clay bowl, something on the side, fill it up with water, and bless that water. Bless that water. Say some prayers to your Ori in the water. Wash your head. And when you get that one last rinse to really make sure you get the soap out, use that water. Use that water. While you're washing your head, the same way, like if you're doing trying to do a spiritual cleanse, you ain't nothing else but soap. Thank you for washing away not only the physical dirt, but any spiritual. Do the same thing to your head. Do the same thing to your head. Adorn your head. Pay attention how your head wants to be adorned. Everybody at this point has noticed, you know who's not wearing head wraps? Me. I think they're beautiful. I love to see a sister with a nice head wrap on. I am not that sister though. I have already told somebody we get married. That's probably the one time you're gonna see me put something on, and I'm gonna get a gele. I'm gonna put a gele on at my wedding. Outside of that, if you want to see me with my head covered, it's gonna be a fitted, a fedora, or a sun hat. Fitted, a fedora, or a sun hat. It's gonna be one of those three. Oh, or a crown, or an actual crown. She likes crowns. She likes crowns. So when independently wealthy, a wig has come up for my Ori. My Ori has actually said she would be cool with a wig, but I'm really particular. It can't look like a wig when it's on my head. I got locks. It can't look like a wig. But I am gonna do my crochet locks. I just haven't had the time to sit to devote the several. My head is not small. Like I need several hours to not like I gotta crochet my locks and I gotta wrap all the locks up so I can hide my lock in the lock. That's a lot. I need like a day. I need a day. And my Ori is worth the day. I just need the day to be able to do that. Put smell like and also understanding your Ori is the totality of you who you are. Osameji said don't wear no faded clothes this year. One of the advisories this year, when in the world if I do from Osameji is don't wear no faded clothes. Every once in a while you need to put that on for your Ori. I put on. I put on. You need to put that on for your Ori. Sometimes I need to put the 6-inch heels on. I need to stunt on these with my 6-inch heels on because my Ori is feeling like that's how I need to come outside that day. I need to put the heels on and let them have it on that day. I need to oil up my legs, put them 6-inch heels on, and just go someplace. I need to go to Walmart and let them have it. And they only that 5 minutes. That's all they get. 5 minutes because they ain't paying me. They're not paying me. No one's throwing the money at me for wearing the heels. So they get 5 good hot minutes of me, and then I gotta put them back away. But sometimes my Ori needs that. Sometimes my Ori needs that. If you don't have Isefa or your Itefa done yet, so you don't have your Destiny Odu yet, you know what you need to do? Go pull your birth chart and learn one thing about yourself. Notice I didn't say read the whole chart. Learn one thing, either from your birth chart, numerology, your human design, your gene keys, whatever you read. Learn one thing about yourself and then figure out what are 3 things that you can do to integrate that knowing into your day-to-day life and put it in action.
Friendly, moderated message. Do not go read the whole chart. Do not let me help you help yourself. Do not try to sit and read your entire chart in one night. Don't do that. You are not, well, you're not going to sleep. Night where? You're going to look around. It's going to be the middle of the day. You're going to look around again, and it's the middle of the day. Different day. Different day. You're sitting there for 2 days because you wanted to read your chart all at once. Do not go read your chart all. You heard she said one thing. Do you understand how much information is in one part of your chart? You read about your sun sign your whole life. Do you know how much information you still don't have on your sun sign?
That
I'm
part.
not going to tell you because I'm not going to talk any longer on this live on this subject. Do not go read your chart all at once. Break it down. Break it. Break it down. Well, Missy, you breaking it down. Break it down. One part at a time.
I
Too much
say,
different. Don't do that.
if you have your Isef or Itefa, the same thing applies. Pick one thing, a verse, a line, a proverb. Interpret everything. How does this apply to your physical living experience? How does this apply to your life? How does this apply to your life? And then what are three ways that you can integrate it? If you have your Isefa or your Itefa, find one verse and just learn that. Just chant that one verse. Just chant that one verse to your Ori. Chant that one verse to your Ori. Your Ori chose it, so chant that one verse. You'll be so like, as someone who before coming to have an elder, things of that nature, and having Ori, things that I did, I took spiritual cleanses and I includes my head. Let me tell you how I didn't realize going to until I started doing tarot readings and things like that for the public, how many people didn't include their head in the spiritual bath. It was real crazy to me. But spiritual cleanses for my head, affirmations, and learning about myself. And I had an Ori prayer that I did on a daily basis. That's what I did. That is how I took care of my Ori for over a year. And the first divination I get from my godmother, she said, "You're already living E5." I wasn't doing any E5 divination. That's why I tell people this. I wasn't doing any E5 divination. I pulled cards every day. I checked the transits every day. I did new and full moon rituals. I talked to my Ori every day. I talked to my ancestors every day. I would, did I mention I divined for myself? Pull cards every day. What's different now? I got some more education and more tools to use. But my morning ritual, those who have sat, like, especially those of you who, I think Tia is the one that got to sit with me and just watch me do my morning thing. I'm doing the same thing I was doing before. When I get to Ori, I still pull cards. When I get to the Ego, I still pull cards. I still pull cards. I just go all the way through the Ifa and get it Odu. I just go to Ifa and I still get an Odu as well. What's always really cool is how they talk to each other. It's like, ooh, abo shishe aguato, shuri iwori. They talk to each other. I still do all those things. I was living the principles of Ifa, the medicine of Ifa. Learn your destiny, know it, and walk in it. I was learning my destiny, integrating it, and then walking in it. That's what I was doing. Alafia. A lot of people don't really sign. Thank you for the heart me's. Thank you. That the work of living Ifa starts before you go to the mat. It starts before you get to the mat. Being able to live in the medicine starts before you get to the mat. So those are some practical, everyday things that you can do to take care of your Ori. That's how you can take care of your Ori. Taking care of your Ori. Y'all got a few more minutes. Y'all like 6 minutes worth of questions y'all can ask me. What else? What else? Those who are just joining late, I was talking about dreaming about Orisha earlier. So if you missed out and you have a general question, I'm not divining your dream on the live, but if you just have a general question, you can ask that. If you want to ask me a question about working with an Orisha or a deity, you can ask that, and I'm going to answer you honestly and truly. If you want to ask a question about anything else, I do not have any lottery numbers for you. Do not ask me. Do not ask me. 'Cause I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have the lottery numbers for you. So, anything else that you want to ask me? Anything random going on? You're welcome to ask while you have me for these next few minutes. While you have me for these next few minutes, what I will share, because I will do my stuff for today, is Ojo Ajay. This day is vibrationally aligned with prosperity. Kina.
Now you know now this has nothing to do with anything we talk about. You see the trailer for Black Clover. Did you see the trailer?
No.
Go look on Instagram. Yeah, go find the trailer and watch October. Okay, October.
Man. Okay. It's Bleach back.
I don't know.
Somebody was posting like Bleach had started. And I'm like, wait, Bleach had started. Wait.
What you mean?
Right.
That's one of my favorites. Hold on.
Like, can you? Yeah, please find out if Bleach has started. But I will go hunt down the Black Clover. I didn't know Bleach started. I restarted Bleach, so I'm back in the bounce arc. Yeah, I'm back in the bounce arc. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to stay in the bounce arc. I didn't. The bounce arc was like, oh man, it's a little meh. So I might like just jump through the bounce arc because it really gets like no. Let's get into this Aizen. Let's get back to Aizen. So we'll see how whether I stay in it or not. So thank you for the heads up. Thank you. You know what? I'm gonna be real honest. I wish I could tell you more about Ibeji, especially the way they keep coming up. I can't. I don't have Ibeji, and I haven't studied them enough to not give you something surface level. I really don't. That's being real honest. I have not studied the Ibeji enough to not give you something surface level. However, because you asked, I will go and do some deeper dives and research and I'll make a video. I will go do a deeper dive on the Ibeji and make a video because they do come up for me often. They do come up for me often. And especially some recent things that have come up for me. It's probably about time due to some recent messages I got that I deep dive into the Ibeji. So I will do some research on the Ibeji, but I can't I'm being like honest. I'm not gonna sit here and like shoot blow simply because I don't know. I don't know because I haven't done the research on Ibeji. Cooked up well, but because you asked. My generator, my human design is a generator. You asked, and yeah, ooh, some ways to strengthen your ashe. Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. That's a good one. I know I'm gonna go over, but I feel like it's a really good question that no one has ever asked me before, and so that's a good one. Number one, venerating your Ori. You'll be so surprised how much everything that will go back to your Ori. But venerating your own Ori, and when we say strengthening your ashe, I want to define what that means. It's like you have all the ashe that you're going to have in life already. You have all your ashe. It's about accessing it that is the thing. And what allows you to access your ashe most is having a spiritual life. Mm, hello, womb. Having a spiritual life, not just a spiritual practice, not just being spiritual, but living a spiritual life. Living a spiritual life. What does that mean? It's not enough to just have the crystals in your house. Like, it's not enough. It's not enough. Genuinely tapping into the way spirituality wants to move for you and how you are meant to communicate with the divine and divinities. That's why I said start with your Ori. When you cultivate a genuine relationship with your Ori, you will inevitably start cultivating a spiritual practice. My mornings looked like get up, do all the regular human things, wash all the things. My kids weren't up. I would go and sit in front of my altar and I would talk to my Ori. and I would sit in my Ori's energy. That's the part I wanted to say. The reason why Ifa told me that if anyone comes to me to come to Ifa, they must start with Ori, is because you need to know what your own Ashe feels like. You need to know what you feel like in a divine sense. What does your energy feel like naturally, unbothered, unencumbered, and sit in it? Call it forth. When you invoke your Ori, you are calling forth your Ashe. When you're calling on your Ori, your Ori belongs to you. You're calling on your Ashe. You're saying, I want to commune with my own personal power. And you do that by calling on the connection of your personal deity. And so you start learning what it's like to sit in your own energy. Because you could be meditating, but you still don't know what your own energy feels like. You need to very intentionally invoke Ori and then tell Ori, I want to sit in my energy. What do I feel like? What is my essence, my personal power feel like? And sit in it. Sit in it. If you are clairvoyant, imagine, like, see it moving around you. What does it look like? What is its texture? Really sit in your energy. As you cultivate a spiritual life, not practice, but life, you start doing certain things. You are like, dang, I'm confused. Da, da, da. You don't stay in confusion. You don't stay in confusion. You purposely seek out clarity and direction. And when you are clear, your energy moves clear. And thus, Ashe is your energy. You are strengthening your Ashe. A lot of times people say, well, I do, get divination. Um, that's good. That, like, I will look at that. Um, well, but getting up in the morning and talking to your Ori, sitting with that, um, making space to get, like in Ifa, Orumila in more than one Eton says, you want to do this, say prayers to your Ori every morning, give gratitude to your Ori every morning, and do it again before your bed. Prayers every morning, give gratitude, do it again before bed. Do that. Have good spiritual hygiene. A lot of us, when we come to spirituality, we got good physical hygiene. Now you need to add in good spiritual hygiene. And a lot of times we take spiritual hygiene and it's just take a spiritual bath from time to time. And it is. Take a spiritual bath from time to time. You don't have to be a spiritual worker to need to take a spiritual bath. You are having both a human and a spiritual experience. Take a spiritual bath from time to time. You may not have to take one as frequently because you don't do spiritual work. But if you're someone that be outside with the peoples, if you do customer service, you need to take a spiritual bath like you a spiritual worker. Real talk. I'm telling you if you do customer service of any kind, you need to take a spiritual bath like a tarot reader. You need to take a spiritual bath like you a tarot reader. You should be cleansing every week. Like serving, yes. Understand, before I came to E5, I was a project leader at ADP. But before that, I was also a manager at Pizza Hut. Please let me tell you, like, when I started taking spiritual cleansings after, like, towards the end of my time at ADP, it was so, I'm like, oh my God, I needed this. This helps make my day better. This helps make my day better. And understanding to not rush the process. Do not expect, you're like strengthening your Ashe for your strengthening of your Ashe to look like somebody else's. I think also the mindset that you're spiritually strong needs to look like somebody else is spiritually strong. Release it. A lot of times people reject the idea of a hierarchy. They reject the idea that they feel like everyone is on equal footing. And truth is, we're not. And the moment that you accept that in your life you may be a muggle, and be happy with that. In your life, you might be a muggle. You might not be Harry Potter. You might not be Harry Potter. If you're even on that level, maybe you are Ron Weasley. You still not Harry Potter. Maybe you are Ron Weasley. You're not Harry Potter. You're not even Hermione Granger. Accept that. That way, when your Ashe manifests, you're just open to how it's going to manifest. I'm just saying, like, a lot of times people are like, everybody's equal spiritually, and that's not true. It's not true. Everyone is not spiritually equal because everyone doesn't have the same destiny. Everyone doesn't need the same access to Ashe at the same time. Exactly, Tia. That's why I said, like, Ron Weasley was like, Ron Weasley kept Harry grounded. Like, he would chin check Harry without exception. Frodo and Samwise Gamgee. Like, Frodo was Frodo, but everybody need a Sam. Everybody needs a Sam. We should all hope to have a Samwise Gamgee in our life. We should hope for a Samwise Gamgee in our life. Just accept who you are, and the other that and revel in it. What strengthens your Ashe? Reveling in who you are. And I mean reveling in it. Really just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm me, and that's it. Nothing else with it. In fact, go to the mirror, hands on your head, and just say, you know what? That's right. I'm her. I'm me. I'm I'm it. I'm that gas, that za, whatever that looks like for you. Say that joint to your Ori. Say it daily. Even if you don't initially believe it, you are reprogramming. Even if you don't initially believe it, say that joint. Look in the mirror and just like revel in it. Just revel in it. That's how you start strengthening your Ashe. Everything else will come along. Ashe. Did I have a son of Oshun in and I missed it? Ashe. Ooh, okay. All right. So someone asked if how do you give look, now you sound like my coworkers at ADP, and we like ride the lunch together, and I'll be driving, and like, y'all want to ride in the car? I'll be sure. Next thing you know, are you gangbanging in the car? Huh? What are you talking about? Why are you listening? Because I listened to that. What you? No, don't tell it what's gonna come out of my mouth. No telling. I am an Aquarius. There is no telling what I'm going to say at any given moment. At any given moment, it could go any particular direction. Just stay on your toes. So, if you are giving offerings to your Ori and you want to give a portion of it to Eshu, I'm going to answer this very general. I'm going to get this in a very general way. A little safe, a little safe, a little safety. Those of you who have been trained educated on how to make prayer to Eshu, you do it just like you would in any other scenario. You say your prayer, calculate a portion, and you take it to the place where Eshu resides. I have to figure out how I was going to do that. You take it to where Eshu resides, and you leave it there. It's like, I'm not alive. How am I answer this question? You take it to where Eshu resides, and you leave it there. You take it to where she resides and you leave it. You say your prayer over it, the way you have been educated on how to do. You take it to where she resides and you leave it there. I say, I had to like look. I said, "Ooh, Jesus, how do I answer that question?" Like, my answer it. I got to answer it the way that it should be answered on the live. My answer it. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss nobody. I think I got everybody. Did I get everybody? Let's say I got everybody. So I'm getting ready to go do my IJ, do my IJ things. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this because I was gonna do a blog. I don't know if I'm gonna get to the blog, so I'm gonna leave you this and that. I'm gonna be out. So Ojo IJ, um, um, no Ori. It was about how do you give Eshu his portion when you give offerings to Ori. Um, so today is for prosperity, commerce, etc., etc., etc. And so Mondays are a great day to be a good steward of your prosperity. I did a whole long blog on what that means to be a good steward on your prosperity in your life, but things like, today is a good day for personal bookkeeping. A lot of times we think about bookkeeping from business sense. You should be doing bookkeeping holistically. So personal, business, whatever that looks like, everything all at once. Do your personal bookkeeping on Mondays. Pay your bills on Mondays and make it a ritual. Make it ritualize paying your bills. Make it a gratitude ritual. Make paying your bills a gratitude ritual. Ajay is an energy. She likes to move. She like to be, she like to be outside. She's gonna come back home, but she needs to know it's safe for her to go outside, and that you're cool with her going outside. So make paying your bills a gratitude ritual. See what your own personal money forecast is. Okay, Ashay. Um, See what your own personal uh D. Oh, I feel I go out to the eat what you food. See what your own personal financial forecast is. So if I'm gonna do this, break this down. If you do not have Isefa and Itefa and you cannot go to Ifa on your own, this is what you should do. Go look at your chart. Go see, this is not your money story. Do not confuse what I'm about to say with your money story. Your money story is a whole different one, and I have to teach a whole class on that one. This is for in the moment, in any given moment on Mondays. You should see what your money forecast is. Go see where the moon is. Go see where Venus is. Go see where Jupiter is in your chart. If you go to AstroSeek, go see where the Par of Fortune is. Par of Fortune is where you'll have the best luck at making money. You'll have the most financial gain wherever Par Fortune is. Blessings if your Par Fortune and your Jupiter or your Par Fortune and Venus are close to each other. Yes, you want to see where all of those energies are cycling in your chart. Where are they at right now? What areas of your life are they connected to? What signs are they in? If you don't know how to read the chart, Google does. There's plenty of people out there. So and so is transiting my first house in such and such a thing, and go look it up. Go look it up. Do the legwork to see where it's at. And then, like, okay, based upon this information, how is my money wanting to move from me? Look to see if there's anything moving across your second house, because your second house is how you make money. It's how you make money. That's where the money want to come from. Your eighth house is also connected to your money. It's inheritances, other people's money, things of that nature. That's what's there. Go look at all those things. My human design people, go look at to see what the human design gates are that are associated with money and see if they're active right now. Do a money forecast for yourself. Make your Mondays about prosperity. Make your Mondays about prosperity. Do affirmations around your prosperity and finances. Set goals for how you want your money to move. How do you want it to move? Those set goals around what you need. How do you need the money to move? I need to be able to get all my Evo materials. I need to be able to, do offerings. I need to be able to get my toes done. That was what I did the other day. It's like I need to be able to get my toes done. That's what I did the other day. I need to be able to get my toes done. I need a pedicure. I need someone other than me to get with that thing and on my feet. I got one, but it's still not the same as somebody holding your foot for you and while you laughing and kikiing. It's still nothing like that. So I needed a pedicure. I needed a pedicure. So I asked for that the other day. So do the like what do you want the money to do? Not how much money you have, what do you want the money to do for you? What Ajay is the benevolent provider of human needs. What needs are you trying to get fulfilled? I need my groceries. I need to be able to buy groceries for the week or 2 weeks. Whatever that looks like. I want to buy groceries. I don't want to have to worry about groceries for a whole 2 weeks. I want to be able to have a full tank of gas in my car. I want to be able to not worry about dinner. I need my dinner plans always taken care of. I want to take myself out to dinner on Wednesday. I have not taken myself out to dinner on my own just to take myself out in over a year. I want to take myself out to dinner on Wednesday. I'll take myself out to dinner on Wednesday. Go out to eat. What is it that you need, Ajay? What needs are you asking Ajay to fulfill for you? Write them down. Write them down. Then go to your Ori and tell your Ori what you need. For those of you who have been trained to do so, I need you to start negotiating with your Ori on Mondays. Have a finance meeting with your Ori and your ego. Have a finance meeting with your Ori and your ego. How does Ajay want to come to me? Think of all the various ways Ajay could come. And how does Ajay want to come to me? Does Ajay want to come to me in the form of direct money? Because sometimes you're looking for the money to come to you directly. You done did something and then you get a check or something. You did something, you get a payment. Is it direct money through my work? Does Ajay want to come to me as money, but it's just simply someone giving me money? Does Ajay want to come to me in the form of support? I need groceries. Somebody buys my groceries. I may not have gotten the money directly, but the person bought my groceries for me. I still have my groceries. Does Ajay want to come to me in the form of support? Oh, snap. They reloaded my EBT card. Some of y'all not looking at that and saying, oh my God, that's Ajay. That is Ajay. Those of us who live with someone else and that someone else takes care of the rent, the mortgage, or anything else, that is Ajay showing up. Every time my sister goes to get my kids dinner when she picks them up after their therapy session, that is Ajay showing up because that is a meal I do not have to pay for, cook, or anything. It is provided. That is a need being met in that moment. Every time I get a phone call, hey, you need anything from the store? That is Ajay. That is a need being met. That's a need being met. Every time somebody say, Ia, here, go get some lunch. That is Ajay showing up. That is a need being met. Ajay, like, Ia, you got something coming in the mail. What? Something coming in the mail. All right. That is Ajay saying, here you go. This is his need being met. But you have to know what needs do you need met and be open. So you would need to also acknowledge all the ways your needs are being met. That person who's got you on their Netflix account for $7.99 a month versus you paying 20 something a month, that is Ajay. Your a need is being met. That person that got you on that HBO Max because HBO Max they'll be watching the extra people like that. Got you on that HBO Max so you can watch House of Dragon like you want to. That is Ajay making sure that you got a need being met. Write down all the ways Ajay is showing up for you that don't look like a deposit directly in your account. Look right now all the ways Ajay is showing up for you and it don't look like a deposit directly in your account. And you would be surprised what that looks like. When I did my Ajay, my financial visioning and things, What I realized is because of the support I get, I'm actually living within my means. I just knew when I did the numbers, it was gonna be like a gang of negatives, and the battle like the things wasn't gonna balance. And when I did it, and got Jules to help me with math, because unless it's numerology, I need a little assistance with equations. And Jules was like, "You're actually living within your means. It doesn't seem like it to you because you have been socialized to believe that because you have support, you're not living within your means." Emojis if that hits you in the head. You have been socialized to believe that if you're getting any form of support, you are living outside of your means. You have not been socialized to believe that that support is a way for you to live within your means. You have not been socialized to realize this is a manifestation of Ajay coming to you. This is Ajay manifesting by virtue of support. We have not been socialized. We've been socialized to feel like support means failure. Emojis. Tell me you're wrong. Tell wrong. If I need food stamps, I'm failing. If I need a housing voucher, I'm failing. How many of y'all believe that? You get food stamps, you're failing. You're on Medicaid, you're failing. You should be able to pay for this out of your pocket. You're failing because you get this support. This is what we've been told. Money, wealth, resources. If you have never sat down to see what is the way that Ajay is trying to manifest in your life. I kept praying for money for my rent. Money for my rent. And it's like I'm not getting any bookings. This is not happening. This is not happening. This is not happening. But I'd ask for help. I'd ask for help. And whoever I asked always had the money. Whoever I asked always had the money. And I would always ask the question, what am I doing wrong? Why is the money not coming to me directly? The assumption was it was supposed to come to me directly. What if, what if, and I wish Her Majesty was here because she said this one day, why are you running away from your egg bay? What if that person, those people, paying for your groceries, sending you this, sending you that, what is that your egg bay? What is that your borokini? Isn't that the way you say it in Yoruba? Coming through? Here you go. I got you. Here you go. I got you. You feeling some kind of way because you're not getting that money in the form of a paycheck. And if I start to cry, just, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm having a moment. What if the way that your Ori chose, what if you gave a lot in your previous incarnation? What if you was a giver and all you did was pour out? Ashe, what if you last life you poured out so much that in this lifetime your Ori said, be open to receiving what you poured out. This doesn't mean don't work, because Ajay says, when I work, I get money. When I don't work, I get money. It's both. But what if this life we are supposed to be learning how to receive? What if the unpaid, hold on, the unpaid labor of our ancestors, we keep looking for reparations in the form of the government cutting us a check? We keep looking for reparations in the form of the government cut us a check. And what if the ancestors said, nah, make them pay for your housing, make them buy your groceries? If they won't give you that land, make them give you everything else. What if that was the answer? What if that was the answer? Make them pay for your housing. They going one way or the other. We finna get it back. One way or the other, it's coming back to us. What if that's how we get it back? My students already know. I said you need to start elevating all your ancestors, including these, because you're looking for reparation. Y'all keep look. Y'all keep asking these ancestors to help when it is these ancestors you need to elevate because that's where our shared lineage is. Like that's what our shared lineage is. You want somebody to go whisper in their ear that they gonna listen to. This the egun you need to go whisper in their ear. But they need to be elevated so that they become egun. They need to be elevated so that they'll be egun. And then, and then, and then. Yes, Denzel, I'm leaving with something. You better ask these egun to go whisper in those ears. You looking for the reparations. The reparations is out there. You just gotta be expand your perception about how it's actually going to manifest. Expand your perception about how it's going to manifest. So that's what I got for y'all today. That's what I got. That's what I got for y'all today. Was this beneficial? Did y'all? Was almost 2 hours. Was this a good use of your time?
Was good. My thinking cap is on.
You said
my thinking cap is on because now I'm wondering about the things and some other things, and if why some of the things that I'm asking for seem like I'm not gonna say, but because I don't want to self-hex, but you get where I'm going. It's because I'm thinking I have questions, but yeah, always getting to sit at the feet of my elders, always a informational and joyous occasion for me, even with the little sweetheart demanding to eat in the middle of me trying to listen.
Is that pancakes? Is somebody sending me pancakes? A Cinnabon? What is that? I really want something sweet. Like it is like the middle of the day, and I feel like I'm gonna make pancakes to eat while I work.
I'm waiting until tomorrow so I can get some supplies to make cookies.
More cookies?
More cookies.
All right. All right. So all my unshameless plugs. So I told y'all, those of y'all in dream interpretation class, the next lesson is posted. Dream interpretation class is currently going. However, those of you who would like to take the class are welcome to start at the beginning, as I am doing less live teaching and more self-paced and doing labs as my live teaching or things like this. So if you are like, yo, can I get into the dream interpretation class? You can. You can get into the dream interpretation class. Feel free to reach out to me to see how you can enroll and what the energy exchange is. And then you can take the class at your leisure and you can hop into the labs. When we're doing the labs, we do labs once a month. So dream interpretation class is currently rolling. Ori Pathways is available for enrollment as well. It is self-paced. You're more than welcome to book time with me if you have questions. But Ori Pathways, all the replays are up for Ori Pathways. You can take that on its own as a self-paced course, just reach out to me and I'll let you know what the energy exchange is for that. Um, you like to read? Y'all like books? You like books? You like books? You like books? Because I'm pretty sure Ori Pathways is going to be the first one I publish, but we'll see. But I am working on two books, Ori Pathways and Understanding Your Nature. Ori Pathways and Understanding Your Nature are both in the writing stage and formatting stages right now. So whichever one gets finished first, that is the one I'm going to do the Kickstarter for. So do be on the lookout for an upcoming Kickstarter so that I can get my ISBN. I watched somebody on Facebook talk about how she self-published all her stuff on Amazon, and I know she don't have her own ISBNs. And there's so many of our elders' wisdom out there, but they don't have their own ISBNs, so they don't own their wisdom. Amazon owns that wisdom now. Amazon owns that medicine. I can't go to the library and check out an Orisha book, an Ifa book, a Lakumi book, an Isheshe book. None of these things. I can't check out no books about my own spiritual practice. My ISBN is getting registered with the Library of Congress, and then I'm gonna tell everybody I know to go to their libraries and request it, so that they can be in the library, so that people who are money into flux, they are unsheltered, can go to walk up to a bookshelf and say, "Oh, here's a book about Ori. Here's a book to help me understand my nature," and they can check these books out of the library. So stay tuned. If you are not on my mailing list, please make sure that you get on my mailing list, because if you're not, what is you doing? Get on my mailing list so that you can stay in the know, so you can be in the room where it happens. But otherwise, I will hope that you all have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rest of the day. Beautiful rest of the day. And until next time. O double.
Oh, double.
O double.